In the last newsletter, I talked about goals and the process or journey to attain them. Well, today I'm going to dive deeper into a topic that I'm passionate about, and it can be controversial. See, Dan Pink's book, Drive, is the basis of my philosophy on motivation. I read it early in my leadership career. I also read his Psychology of Selling and his concepts of ABCs of selling, attunement, buoyancy, and clarity. He was a guest speaker at a conference for Paychecks. I got to see him live and he delivered a fantastic session. So Drive states that if a job is rudimentary, very assembly-like, then money is a carrot. It's tit for tat. You do this, you get this. However, when you start looking at jobs that are much more complex, that are about decision-making, problem solving, solution selling, well, then money isn't the motivator. See, that's the controversial part because a lot of times you hear people talking about comp, commissions, bonuses, dial for dollars, put out spiffs, whatever it is, rewards, etc., and try to do the carrot. But we're doing jobs that are much more complex, and that money isn't a carrot anymore. What he says that people are motivated by is mastery, autonomy, purpose. Now, the video summary below goes into the research they did, the experiments they did, and just talks a lot about organizations that focus on this and what types of results they have. I've been a big follower of this and a big believer in this. I've shared it to a lot of the teams I've overseen throughout the various companies. It's also very similar to James Kerr in Legacy, where he talks about creating a culture of training and development. The idea is if you focus on people getting better, working on becoming a master of their role, that will drive them. So I'm a big believer on that mastery side. On autonomy, personally, I want autonomy, right? People want to work in a place where they don't have someone behind their back overseeing them and seeing if they're doing their job. It almost works parallel. If you give them the opportunity to become master of the role, they're kind of earning that autonomy and can just do the job because they know they have that drive and working so hard. But it shouldn't be this for that. It should be you're doing both and helping people get motivated by both. And then the third thing, purpose. My entire career has been all about purpose. Now, purpose could mean various things. It could mean, hey, what's their why? What's their motivation outside of work with their family or their friends or just their personal goals? It could also be, what are they doing to impact that role and their purpose? It could be the organization's mission and purpose. I'm very purpose driven when it comes to the organizations I work for, right? Economic empowerment, or early in my career, working in education so people can go back to school because they had something that happened in their life that didn't let them, or they had to drop out. Or later in my career, helping companies that are small businesses offer 401k so those employees that don't get the same benefits can now save up for retirement. Like, it's very important, financial wellness, where people can access their pay before payday so they don't have to go to a payday lender. Like, these things are what drives me. And I think the book really states that people care about that purpose, people want autonomy, and people want to become masters of their role. So the controversial part is there's a lot of people that think you have to dial for dollars, that you have to have commission, you have to have a comp plan that drives the behavior, when in fact, if you can make sure that compensation is suitable, overall total comp, then you focus on these three things, and now you can excel your organization, your team, your culture, etc. So what do you have right now in place to focus on mastery? What do you do to create a culture of autonomy? And what are you doing to make sure that purpose is something that everyone is thinking about? These are the things that you want to do and talk about often. And let's share in these various forums and continue to pay it forward.